Good morning. It is Monday, March 8th, 2021, and I am back here for Bed Talk number 249. And yes, we are here today to talk about follow up, that thing that we know is so critical that people have said, uh, follow up is king. They've said that the gold is in the follow up. And it's interesting because actually, I would argue that follow up is even more critical than whatever the initiation is, the outreach, the starting of it that needs followed up on. You can't follow up until you did the first thing for sure. But the reality is, today's world, especially with our technology and the way we're interacting with each other, it's incredibly rare that we actually get what we want in the first outreach, whether it's a phone call, a text, an email, or just sitting across the table and asking someone for something that they have to get back to you with. The truth is, we rarely get things in the first place, in the first time. So we need follow up. And we struggle with it. And even though we know it's vital, we know that in sales and business development, they say it takes often 5 to 7 touches to move forward. Someone needs to hear a message 6 to 7 times before they really hear it. Yet we tend to not follow up. We tend to only do things once or twice. We tend to lose track of things that require follow up. And I think I figured out one of the key reasons, and it's psychological. If you're like me, one thing you love is when you have a to-do list and you get to cross something off. It just feels good. I don't know, maybe it's a dopamine hit. And the thing is, when we take it off, in fact, if you're like me, I will put things on my to-do list that was not on the list, but I did it just so I can go, "Ooh, God, that felt good." So the reality is we love crossing things off. And that's the problem with follow-up. Because with follow up, we never get to cross something off because it gets replaced by the follow up item. Let's say that I need to talk to Dan. So I put on my to do list, call Dan. I call Dan and I get to go. The problem is in today's world, there's a good chance, probably 70 to 80% chance that I didn't actually reach Dan. I either left him a voicemail, or if I texted him or I emailed him, I need to wait for some response. So the first thing happened, but the follow up needs to get added to my list. So I can cross off call Dan or email Dan, feels great. But then, in order to be good at follow up, effective and consistent, I need to write down whether it's on my list, in my calendar, on my task list somewhere, it's automated, it doesn't matter. Follow up with Dan. I don't like that. It doesn't feel good. So if I take one off but add one to it automatically, that doesn't feel good. So I don't get that feel good feeling. And I guess my input is just remember two things. One is there's a reason that you resist follow up, and it's largely psychological. Push through that and remember number two, which is follow up is king. The gold is in the follow up, and follow up matters more typically than just that initial outreach or request. That's it for today. Keep taking care of yourself and everyone around you. By all means, stay connected.